there, Capricorn. Welcome to your end of September 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here with my new holographic tarot cards. Pick an additional card. Okay. All right. The card that's the heart of the matter is the Six of Wands. Taking your bow. Some sort of career, maybe some kind of thing that has happened with your career that has been a highlight, something that other people are saying, wow, this person is really doing it. Look at them. And, you know, there might be something that is connected with, you know, some success that you have recently had career-wise. And by the way, there's more where that came from, because you're going to have a solar eclipse in your 10th house of career. That should be really great, because the 10th house is the house that you rule. So it's not only just great in general, but because it's your house, it's what you are aligned to in life, you know. Even a stay-at-home parent that is a Capricorn, chances are you would still create a career for yourself. Maybe it would be a home-based career, or maybe you would, after you raised your children, you would have a successful career later on. This is just part of what you came here to experience on one level or another. So yeah, so that could be a very nice thing that is happening, where you're getting that recognition. In the past position, the Fool, meaning that you may have gone in a whole different area. It's interesting too, because I think so much about astrology, and I think about zero. Oh, wow. Well, I'm thinking specifically of Pluto going into Aquarius, and for you, that's the second house of earned income. So by extension, that could mean that the person is earning money in a new way, with triggers to the second house, or that they are just doing so well in a new, like they're going into a totally new phase. But I think of the Fool card as going in a totally different direction. So how I would view that is more of, you know, Pluto having changed you. And so it may be so many different things. If a Capricorn person is ambitious because they want to raise their status in life, and they feel that that's what makes them respectable in the community, there could be some Capricorns that are like, that's superficial, or I don't care about that. And they are doing their own thing regardless. And they feel like that is their greatest sense of self-mastery, is being able to carve out a life for themselves that doesn't involve having to play the game, having to be part of the system, where they can feel like they're doing something that is uniquely theirs. And you would think that that is the antithesis of what Capricorn represents. Maybe in a sense it is, but remember, if you have the sun in Capricorn, you very well could have inner planets in Aquarius, which really align with that kind of mentality. The higher message is the Emperor. I always think that this should be Capricorn. This is actually connected to Aries, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. This is that black and white thinking sometimes, that this is the right thing to do, that's the wrong thing. These are all authoritarian viewpoints, and it's dictated by whom? Who is the expert in somebody else's life and what they should be doing? It's ridiculous. But the other thing about the Emperor is that it can be about you getting your life in order. The number 4 of the Emperor, the number of this card, connects with Saturn, which is your ruler. And it's all about order and discipline, organization. So there could be this whole new direction you're going on, but that doesn't mean that you're abandoning those guiding principles that tend to be present in most Capricorns, which is that you believe in being organized and disciplined, meaning that your life is running in a very I don't like the word predictable, but I'll just use that word, way. And that allows you to little by little build those building blocks of success. And now it's time to enjoy that. And sometimes it can be hard because you may feel like you're not at the top of the mountain, the goat, that isn't at the top of the mountain. But there's always a bigger mountain to climb, isn't there? So we have to savor those successes. What crosses you is the Knight of Swords. So this can be a person, maybe it's in the workplace, if this is if this is somebody that you're with romantically, who is kind of this agent of chaos, if you will. And why this person is like that can be for different reasons. It's possible that in the workplace, this person is envious and competitive with you, and they're trying to create some kind of distraction so that to throw you off your game and maybe, come in there. Sometimes this may be a characteristic within yourself. I would say if your Mercury is in Sag and you're a Sun in Capricorn, watch out, because you could say things in haste. Say things, what do they say, in repentant leisure. Watch your words, because it was funny. I was just reading about this, and they were talking about how they impact, the energy of our words impact life. So, be very, there's like a couple of cards here, because there's also the Page of Swords right here. And so it's really about being aware of your environment. Like if you are experiencing success, understand that there are these primal things going on. I just said in another video, I said people can get weird in the workplace. I noticed it when I was working in a workplace environment, all these things, and I didn't like it. I didn't like how people tended to act. And to me, it's a fear-based way of being, because people, want to keep their jobs. So they're always seeing other people as the enemy, even if they're friendly and they know that that other person isn't a bad person. They're just like always watching their back, and they do things that can be underhanded sometimes. So being aware of your surroundings and what it is that you're there for is so important, so that you just do your work and you stay above the fray. What's coming in is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a card that's really associated with connecting with nature, but especially as it it can be like enjoying the fruits of your labor, being the queen of your castle. And That includes male Capricorns. You can be the queen of your castle. Well, the queen, it's all symbolic. The feminine and the masculine are present in all of us. And when we don't reject one for the other, because of the implications, it's good for a man to learn how to nurture himself by learning how to cook if he doesn't know how to cook. I mean, these days there might be a lot of women who don't cook and men who cook, so which is good because it means that we're not like stuck in these rigid models of like how men and women are supposed to act. But the point is that Capricorns can be workaholics. And so what are you doing this for? You're doing, what are you working those long hours for? Hopefully, you'll be like the Capricorn who grows younger as you grow older because you have accomplished all of your goals and now you can breathe finally. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles can be, is that it's a double feminine energy. So it's about maybe you need to rest. Maybe you need to garden instead of doing more work on, with your career matters. There might be something you need to tend to in the home. And some of these cards, it's like you're successful, but it's like at what expense? The Emperor can be the father archetype. So if you're a male Capricorn who is experiencing a recent career gains, has it detracted from your ability to be with your family? Really look at these things because you can't get those years back. And the outcome, the outcome is a Cups card, the Five of Cups. This is mourning the loss of something. So, and this is emotional. So this can be in a relationship that is maybe something that you another thing I want to say about this is that when you succeed, you may see the haters come out of the woodwork, okay? And you're going to have to sometimes let go of those relationships because, first of all, you will identify them as toxic. So you'll know, okay, not going to deal with that person because I don't want to be poisoned, simple as that. And it makes it really easy to kind of know, who to hang with and who to, distance yourself from. And this is, unfortunately, in the workplace, this can trigger other people. Like if you were a coworker, and then you get like a promotion, for instance, other people may feel that, because of their own insecurities, they may see it as a slap in the face to their worthiness. That's not something that you need to take on, Capricorn. That's on them. As long as you have been behaving in a way that is, above board and not like gloating or anything like that. So I picked two clarification cards. We have the Seven of Cups. This can be, that you're being given offers. So perhaps you are feeling this sense of sadness if you have been successful somewhere, that you may feel this pull towards leaving that environment because, there's a saying, it's not the job, it's the people. So sometimes if there are people around that are not supportive. You just may decide that you don't want to participate in that. Now, some people would say that's exactly what they want you to do. So if you do that, you're going to be playing right into their hands. Another thing that the Seven of Cups can be is that you are experiencing wishful thinking. Maybe you're trying to placate people. That's why I was talking about with the Five of Cups, is that when we see certain behaviors that are distressing in other people, like if you had a coworker that you were chummy with and then you get the promotion and then they treat you like crap, and you're like, how can somebody do that? You know, we were such close friends. It's really good to have a realistic attitude about this. I have a feeling that a lot of Capricorn people actually are like that. I'm trying to think, where does the cynicism come from within myself? Maybe Mars and Capricorn, because my sun is in Sagittarius, but I have Mars and Capricorn. Because I do think of Capricorn as a cynical sign. So I don't see, with the Five of Cups, but even in personal relationships, your success may bring out the worst in your partner because of their insecurities. And you may feel let down by them because you thought that they were better than that. And it's important not to become too jaded about that, because that's their issue. Again, I always say, as long as the person who is experiencing that success is not being like self-absorbed and always talking about themselves, and they really show interest in the other person. Also, the Seven of Cups can be addiction. So it may not even be on your end. So you may be codependent, having a codependent relationship with somebody who is showing signs of addiction. And so they may not be able to achieve things for themselves because of their where they're at. And that's on them again. And so I picked another clarification card, the Page of Swords. And I do that sometimes because the Seven of Cups can indicate confusion. So I don't want to end on that note. So the Page of Swords is a card it's a spy card. So in the workplace, it might look like documenting your negative experiences. Maybe you're being bullied by the Knight of Swords and you don't feel like you have any recourse because they deny it, or you don't have any proof. So you might start documenting it if you decide to do something about it. It can simply be watching your back. That's kind of you see that person kind of watching their back. They're being aware of what is going on. They're not the Seven of Cups, you might have that tendency to kind of, sweep it under the rug mentally, not want to deal with it, and you have to. You can't just be living in a fantasy about a certain situation because it's, a serious thing and it's affecting you, and you need to pay attention to it. Okay, that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.